You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys and gals, if you are a Washington Commanders fan this morning, or hopefully you made it through the night without committing Harry Carey, I hope you made it around to the day after Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday, and we got a football game today. You gotta stay focused. You've got the Jets. You got the Jets. You got the Miami Dolphins. Today, it's exciting. I can't wait. Finally, Black Friday football like it should be. That's not some miscellaneous like Ball State versus Miami of Ohio in college or something like that. Actually, there's a few good college games today, too. So we got that. We're fired up for that, but we're going to talk about Ron Rivera. I made a video the other day on Monday morning because, look, Ron Rivera should have been fired, no doubt about it, after that Giants game. You let Tommy DeVito look like Joe Montana and or Tommy Brady. Let's put it that way. I mean, he carved up the Giants. Undrafted free agent. Occasionally that happens, and maybe Tommy DeVito will become something. Son handed me my monster this morning. I'm still trying to wake up. But I said, on a normal Monday morning, any lucid owner, Josh Harris, hopefully, I've got to even say, I kind of think Dan Snyder would have fired Ron Rivera after Monday. And had he not, I think for sure he would have fired him today. I said last night, you can't even let Ron Rivera on that team plane after that debacle in Dallas. You can't do it. Number one, let's just be honest. This Washington team has got some real offensive talent on it. Now, they can't protect for crap. Wasn't Trent Williams on this team when Ron Rivera took over? My God. Brandon Sheriff was on this team, I think. That's two of the best offensive linemen in the league. Trent Williams, the best tackle in the league. Let's get to this. First, we're going to start with the splash report from yesterday. And then we're going to get to the Washington Redskins / Commanders. They'll be the Redskins to me forever. I've said that. We're going to get to fans. I mean, just baffled that this guy still got a job. The reaction, to say the least, and I just checked, guys. I literally just checked before I hit record. This person says, still no Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio relieved duties tweet. I mean, yeah, we got I saw a good one down here involving Neil Patrick Harris, How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, I didn't wake up to Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio being fired again. That was this fan 54 minutes ago, and I promise you we'll get to more reaction. But Ian Rappaport came out with a splash report yesterday. And the planned patience, they're talking about the job status of Ron Rivera, and the rest of those currently in charge in Washington, along with those front office, sources say the goal has been to take the entire season. So before this game happened, it said barring unforeseen circumstances, you got absolutely crushed by the Cowboys. Harris and the team's brass still anticipate evaluating Rivera's body of work after the final game of the regular season as they enter the crucial offseason. Yet the Commanders head into today's Thanksgiving Day game against the Cowboys, reeling from defeat that Rivera admitted as, quote, a low point for sure with a brutal loss to Tommy DeVito and the Giants. Now, of course, guys, they got crushed yesterday by the Cowboys. Absolutely crushed. Third straight defeat. This is a team that was in playoff contention 3 weeks ago. I mean, no other way to say it. Playoff contention 3 weeks ago. And now they are squarely out of it. It's a wrap as far as the playoff goes. The Commanders dropped the game 45-10. It was complete with pick sixes and your defense getting destroyed and Sam Howell being a fish in a barrel behind a offense. I was counting the seconds before Cowboys defenders were on top of Sam Howell yesterday. At one point, they were on him, I counted 1.5 seconds after the snap, and he was hitting the deck. Sam Howell's getting crushed back there. He's getting crushed. So the Commanders saw some productive play from Sam Howell as he went 28 for 44 for 300 and a rushing touchdown, but a pick six towards the end of the game. The Commanders' defense, which is shit, it's dog shit, surrendered 431 yards to the Cowboys. All right? Washington held a significant advantage in possession, holding the ball 34 minutes and 54 seconds. Dallas only had the ball 23 minutes and dropped 45 points. So, as you can imagine, the criticism came swift and furious from NFL fans. So let's just go through some of the backlash. Because, look, Washington is in full-on getting blasted mode. They got drugged yesterday afternoon. I mean, Ron Rivera, he trended for like 9 hours straight with people calling for his job. It just can't happen. Ron Rivera playing field position from opposing territory at 4-7 against the offense, just the latest and greatest reason why the game has passed him by, and he's not an NFL caliber coach. This isn't 2010. I can't wait until Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio aren't control of my football team anymore. I think that got 760 hearts there, Zach. Ron Rivera not going for 4th and 2 from the Dallas 43 is really frustrating. You're 4-7. You're a huge underdog. You're on the road. You know it's going to be hard to keep up. Your defense isn't very good. It's not good at all. There's no isn't very. It's not good at all. It's putrid. Keep your offense on the field. Try to keep possession. Doesn't qualify, but just give Bieniemy Coach of the Year for what he's done with the Commanders' offense and having to do it with Ron Rivera in charge. Are we sure Eric Bieniemy's doing a great job? Because some of his play calls have been straight trash. I mean, I'm just keeping it real here. Fire Ron Rivera tonight. Yeah, Ron Rivera is bad. This is simple. Quarterback sneak twice in a row if you need it. I'm sure that was one of those short yardage situations where Bieniemy threw it 30 yards. Thankful I do not have Ron Rivera coaching my team. That Ron Rivera fired tweet is going to hit like crazy tomorrow. No, it's not. It doesn't look like it. Gotta love Ron Rivera not going for it on 4th and short on the Dallas 40-yard line, but will go for it on 4th and short from his own 34. The guy has no feel for the game of football. I don't know how Ron Rivera survives this game. There's like a gazillion dumb decisions he's made. Does Ron Rivera get fired tomorrow, or do they wait until the end of the season at this point? There's no way. I mean, Josh Harris is literally just giving him like a Thanksgiving Day pat. He's got to be. He's got to be. He just got destroyed by the Giants and the Cowboys within 4 days. You weren't even involved in these games from a football standpoint. You wasn't even in contention to be competitive in the second half of these games. How Ron Rivera is still the coach for the Commanders makes no sense. People actually thought Ron Rivera was aggressive, laugh out loud. All due respect to Ron Rivera, but he's a bottom 1 coach in the league right now. And I mean, and guys, there were a lot more than just those. I mean, at one point, I can't even think how many of thousands upon thousands of X's or tweets or whatever they're called now were floating about Ron Rivera. Just, what are you waiting on here, Josh Harris? What are you waiting on? That would concern me for the next hire almost. Because let's say you do want to see what Bieniemy's got. There is a reason to fire Ron Rivera, to see what Eric Bieniemy can do. That's all we heard for the last 7 years while I was telling you he cannot be a head coach. Bieniemy, I'm talking about. Well, this is his chance. You know, this is a real offense with real weapons out there. Frankly, this team should always score 24, 27 points. But Bieniemy can't figure out how to protect his quarterback either. All right? I mean, that's not Patrick Mahomes. You've got to protect that dude. All right? He's a top 15-ish, 18-ish kind of quarterback. But their offense certainly does flash. Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, again. The head coach is supposed to be a defensive specialist, and his side of the ball is a disaster. That's all you need to know. The guy shouldn't have a job anymore. I'm floored. I'm not even a Redskins fan. I'm floored I got up this morning and he had not been fired. I knew I would be shooting this video to report him being relieved of his duties. Sorry, Redskins/Commanders fans. I guess you really are riding this out all the way through the end of the year. Are you tanking so Belichick can draft a quarterback? Is he going there? A lot of people have said I will say this. Maybe Josh Harris doesn't want to find out what Bieniemy's got. Because maybe he's already determined, and him and Belichick, this stuff happens behind the scenes, folks. Even while seasons are going on. Is it possible? I mean, Belichick is he's going to be the next Washington coach, so they don't want to see what Eric Bieniemy's got. They don't care. They've already determined their next hire. You know? That they don't give a shit about the Rooney Rule, so we don't even have to talk about that. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Ron Rivera gets destroyed in multiple ways on Thanksgiving Day, with many fans giving him the bird. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.